Hello and welcome to Launerin's Gamer Score and welcome to Future Cop LAPD. I thought I'd go a little bit old school this week and show you a game from my youth. So we're going to take a quick look at the two different modes available in this game, Crime War and Precinct Assault. Crime War being a kind of story-driven mode and Precinct Assault being a competitive one-on-one. So let's jump right in. So we're just going to keep everything as it is and just jump straight into the first mission.
X1 Alpha, X1 Alpha.
You get a little bit of an introduction, but we're not going to sit and listen to that. So it's kind of a third-person, top-down shooter thing. You are a cop from the future. You have a big robot with big guns, including the miniguns, which I am demonstrating here, and the rockets as well. So the thing that I liked about this game is that it was a little bit different to games that I was playing elsewhere. I think up to this point I was only playing games like Spyro and Croc and things like that, and this just kept me entertained for hours and hours and hours, mainly because of just the chaos of it. So you also have a third weapon, which is your mortar, which I demonstrated there. You also have another functionality of your big robot thing, especially to avoid the mines that are on the floor just ahead of me there. So I can just stop firing and transform into a kind of hovercraft mode as well. So that's a lot faster, and you still have access to all of your weapons. And I think that was just one of the many things that I liked about this game. It was just that you didn't just have kind of the one mode you can play it in. So what we'll do is we'll just destroy this generator, and then we'll just have a look at the other part of the game in a second. So not only can you do a hover mode in the thing, but you can do little jumps to avoid mines as well. And, well, quite frankly, the jumps in this little robot thing are adorable. So we'll just clear up a bit more around here, and then we'll take a look at the Crime War. So this was all split screen as well, so you could play it multiplayer, and well, it just did provide many hours of fun for both myself and my brother. Although, to be quite honest, I think we may have only had the demo version of this game, but even that was enough to keep us entertained. And if memory serves, that only had the Crime War option available to you. So let's take a look at that now. So this is the Crime War. Essentially, you've got two bases across from each other, a red base and a blue base. That sounds vaguely familiar. The idea is you kind of take control of the battlefield by claiming these different cannons, and then when you kill your enemies and things like that, you get points and build tanks in order to kind of take the enemy base, so you're not just on your own. And you have a choice of either building tanks, or you can build kind of aeroplane helicopters as well as various other things, but they're the only two things that are available in this level, because this is kind of the training level. So my tactic when I play this is I take the kind of central four turrets like you just saw, and then I kind of work my way up one of the sides, taking one of these forward outposts. So it's more expensive to build your, well, essentially troops from the outposts. They cost 2 points each rather than 1 if you build them from your home base. but it means that they get to your enemy base a lot quicker. Now when you're playing against the computer in this mode, it does give you a slight disadvantage in that, well, I think it's a disadvantage anyway, in that the AI kind of futury robot thing is a flyer, so it doesn't kind of walk around like you would. I've always thought that it's a lot more difficult to kill the opponent when... there we go, I've just popped out some tanks from this side. So yeah, I've always found it a little bit more difficult to target him. And again, like in the normal mode, you can change into the fast form of your walker in this as well.
Blue base is under attack.
So there we go, this is another outpost, but this one's closer to my base. So ideally you want to take control of the ones near your own base as well, so that your opponent can't take control of them, or at least fortify them by taking control of the turrets like I just have there. So the kind of voice that you keep hearing in the background, grunting and talking like that and saying that he lives again, that's essentially the voice of my opponent.
You are beginning to finger me. Fly, beauties.
And it just basically gives you an idea of what your opponent is doing. Obviously, when you're playing against a friend, you won't get any of that. And also, when you play against a friend, they have a walker like yours rather than flying around. So the idea is that you kind of move up, taking as much ground as you can, and then if one of your tanks manages to pass into the enemy base, that's the winning condition essentially. So while the tanks are a little bit slow and you might not want to build them straight away, you do need to take those in order to win in this mode. But I've always found that building planes, especially this far up the field, does give you a lot of kind of control in this area. Because they kind of just pop around, they take the tanks down really quickly.
Enemy within base perimeter.
And then it's just a case of, once you've kind of got a bit of control up at the other side of the board, as it were,
Within blue base perimeter.
you can move in, give assistance with your walker or your kind of jet bikey thing, and help push your tanks up into the enemy base, which is what I'm going to try and do now. So I've built a couple of tanks coming out of this outpost. I'll move my way up here and try and destroy the enemy base defences and move up with the tanks as well.
I live again.
Well, there we go. I've got enough to build another 10 tanks.
Blue base is under attack. Enemy within base perimeter.
There we go. If I can just get these turrets destroyed here, and then I've got a tank just moving up on the inside there, and that should just make it in. There we go. So they were the two modes, and that's all for this week. I decided to leave a little bit of the credits in because I found them amusing, because it's X1 Alpha, which is the name of your robot thing. Kind of, I don't know whether they discovered certain things happened if they animated it differently and they decided to add it in as the credits, or whether this was all intentional. Anyway, like a problem with the legs, or things like that. But yeah, there we go. So that was Future Cop LAPD. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.